Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll show you the most beautiful places in Würzburg, a charming city in Bavaria with baroque buildings, vineyards, and a wealth of history. Let's get started. Our first stop is the Würzburg Residence, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a masterpiece of the Baroque period. The residence was built in the 18th century and was the seat of the prince bishops. Particularly impressive are the Imperial Hall and the grand staircase with the world-famous ceiling fresco by Giovanni Battista Tiepolo, the largest continuous ceiling fresco in the world. The paintings depict scenes from all over the world. America, Asia, Africa, and Europe, for example, are depicted here. Directly behind the residence is the beautiful court garden, a green oasis in the middle of the city. The garden is designed in the French style with precisely trimmed hedges, symmetrical flower beds, and elegant fountains. Hundreds of tulips, roses, and other flowers bloom here, especially in spring and summer. Just a few minutes walk away is the Alte Mainbrücke, the oldest bridge over the main river in Würzburg. It is known for its Baroque statues of saints and its beautiful views of the river, the vineyards, and Marienberg Fortress. A popular custom is the Brückenschoppen, bridge sip, a glass of Franconian wine on the bridge with friends or simply at sunset. An absolute highlight in Würzburg is Marienberg Fortress. It sits high on a hill on the left bank of the main river and can be seen from almost anywhere in the city. Even from the outside, the fortress impresses with its thick walls, towers, and large courtyard. It was the seat of the prince bishops of Würzburg for over 400 years. The fortress's history dates back to Celtic and Roman times. In the Middle Ages, it was expanded into a stronghold, and later Renaissance and Baroque elements were added. Particularly famous are the round tower and the late medieval entrance gate with loopholes. From the fortress terrace, you have a fantastic view over Würzburg, the Main River, the Alte Mainbrücke, and the vineyards. Many visitors take photos here or simply enjoy the view. A walk to the fortress is a bit strenuous, but it's worth it. The climb along the fortress path through the vineyards is particularly beautiful. High up on the Nikolausberg, just below Marienberg Fortress, stands the Käppele, Little Chapel, a beautiful Baroque pilgrimage church. Its full name is the Pilgrimage Church of the Visitation of Mary, but everyone simply calls it Käppele. The church was designed in the 18th century by Balthasar Neumann, the famous architect of the Würzburg residence. The path up is particularly impressive. Along the so-called Stations of the Cross, there are 14 small chapels with life-size figures depicting the Passion of Christ. Once at the top, you are rewarded with a stunning view over Würzburg. St. Kilian's Cathedral, Dom in German, is one of Würzburg's most important buildings, and the fourth largest Romanesque church in Germany. It was built between 1040 and 1075 and is dedicated to St. Kilian, an Irish missionary who is considered the patron saint of Franconia. The cathedral is a masterpiece of Romanesque architecture. Thick walls, round arches, and massive towers, and all typical of this style. The church was badly damaged in World War II, but was faithfully rebuilt afterwards. Inside, a fascinating contrast awaits you. While the exterior appears rather plain, the interior is bright and elegant. Next to the cathedral is Neumünster, another important church with a Baroque facade. Between the two churches is the so-called Lusum Garden, a small, quiet courtyard where the grave of the famous minstrel Walter van der Vogelweide is said to lie. Würzburg's Old Town is the heart of the city. where history meets modern life. Many of the most beautiful sites are located close together and are wonderfully discoverable on foot. A good starting point for a stroll through the Old Town is the Market Square, where there is a weekly market every day. Here you will find fresh fruit and vegetables, flowers, bread, and regional specialties. Right next door is the Marienkäppele, St. Mary's Chapel, a beautiful Gothic-style church with a striking red facade and white elements. A few steps further is the Falcon House, one of the most striking buildings in the Old Town. Its richly decorated Rococo facade is a popular photo subject. Today it houses the city library and the tourist information center. Not far from the old main bridge stands the historic town hall with its striking tower. Directly in front of it is the Brunnen, four-tube fountain, a popular meeting place with a baroque fountain and 18th century figures. The Old Town is also full of small alleys, sidewalk cafes, boutiques, ice cream parlors, and wine bars. There's a lot going on here, especially in summer. Musicians play in the street, people sit outside, and there's a relaxed, lively atmosphere. And although a large part of the Old Town was destroyed in World War II, much of it was lovingly rebuilt, so that today Würzburg is once again a true gem on the main river. Würzburg is not only rich in history and impressive architecture, the city also boasts plenty of green space. A very special example of this is the Ringpark, a roughly 3-kilometer-long park that stretches in a semicircle around the Old Town. The Ringpark was created in the 19th century on the site of the old city fortifications. Where walls, moats, and defensive towers once stood, you can now find wide walking paths, meadows, large old trees, flower beds, and even small ponds. Würzburg is famous for its wine tradition. Wine has been grown here for over 1,200 years. The city lies in the heart of the Franconian wine region, one of the most famous wine regions in Germany. The vineyards begin right in the city. If you look up from the banks of the main river to Marienberg Fortress, you can see the famous vineyards of Würzburger Stein, one of the oldest and best vineyards in Germany. White grape varieties grow here primarily: Sylvaner, Müller-Thurgau, and Bacchus. The Boxbeutel bottle is also typical of Franconia. It is bulbous and flat, unique in Germany, and instantly recognizable. Wine is part of the culture in Würzburg. There are many wineries, wine festivals, and even wine hiking trails. On warm summer days, locals and tourists enjoy sipping Franconian wine in a cozy vineyard. If you want to experience Franconian cuisine in a unique setting in Würzburg, you should visit the restaurant Zum Stachel. It's one of the oldest winehouses in the city, founded in 1413. This gives it a history spanning over 600 years. In this historic building, you'll find a cozy atmosphere with old vaulted ceilings, a beautiful courtyard, and, of course, an excellent selection of Franconian wines. The menu includes regional specialties such as Franconian Sauerbraten, Schäufel, pork shoulder, and seasonal dishes with asparagus and mushrooms. A particularly nice feature: on warm days, you can sit under the trees in the idyllic courtyard, right in the heart of the old town, yet still in a quiet location. How do you get to Würzburg? Würzburg is easily accessible by train, for example from Frankfurt, Nuremberg, or Heidelberg. The main train station is located right on the edge of the city center. That was our little tour of Würzburg. Which site did you like best? Share it in the comments. If you want to learn more about German cities, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell. Until the next adventure, bye.